The Crow. The Crow was released in 1994 and stars Brandon Lee as Eric, a musician who rises from the grave after being murdered the night before his wedding. He becomes a supernatural gothic avenger that vows to seek revenge on his attackers. This movie was the last that Brandon Lee ever filmed, having passed away during a tragic accident on set involving a malfunctioning prop weapon. Many other crew members were injured on the set prior to the accident, and eerily enough, Lee had reportedly referenced the fact that he and his family were cursed and that he would soon be dying to several crew members prior to the accident. Insidious. Based on the investigation of real-life paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren, Insidious is the first in a series of bone-chilling horror movies. But the events in the film and its sequel aren't the only thing scary about it. According to reports, the set was also haunted. Many of the people that worked on this film reported feeling uneasy and like there was a general negative energy all around the set when they were filming. Along with that, they reported they could hear strange buzzing noises coming from various empty rooms around the set when no one was even in them. Poltergeist. Poltergeist was released in 1982 and is one of the most famous movies with a haunted set. This movie is the first in a series of horror films and follows the Freeling family, a family that finds themselves with the target of malicious spirits set on harming them. This movie is famous for its haunted set because of a number of people involved with this series that met tragic ends after the movie's release. Dominique Dunn, the actress that played Dana Freeling, was murdered by her boyfriend a few short months after the movie was released. The film's star, Heather O'Rourke, passed away only a few years later of septic shock at the age of 12. The two actors from the sequel passed away after its release due to complications from disease or surgery. Rosemary's Baby. Rosemary's Baby is an iconic movie in the world of horror films. It was released in 1968 and is based on a novel. The movie stars Mia Farrow as one half of a young couple that recently moved into a new apartment together. After becoming pregnant, she begins to experience strange things and believes something evil is going on. This movie's curse set is one that allegedly followed a number of different crew members and people working on the film. The movie's composer fell to his death at a party. The producer had life-threatening kidney stones and was allegedly hallucinating about Rosemary coming after him with a knife in the hospital. And director Roman Polanski was famously dating and expecting a child with Sharon Tate when she was viciously attacked and murdered by members of the Manson family. Amityville Horror. Loosely based on the true story of a family that moved into an allegedly haunted house in New York, the Amityville Horror was first released in 1979 and has spawned countless sequels, reboots, and spin-offs since then. While the story of the Lutz family is already scary, reports from the set of the film based on their stories are even creepier. James Brolin, the actor that played George Lutz in the original film, claims that when he was considering accepting the role in the movie, a piece of clothing in his closet fell down on its own. And Ryan Reynolds, who played the same role in 2005 version, reportedly woke up every night at 3 a.m. for no apparent reason while filming. The Exorcism of Emily Rose stars Jennifer Carpenter as Emily, a woman who is struggling with demonic possession. This movie is based loosely on a true story of Anneliese Michael, a German teenager who died during an exorcism in 1976. Along with being based on a heartbreaking true story, this movie has allegedly had a super haunted set. Star Jennifer Carpenter reportedly said that while they were filming the movie, she experienced some very strange paranormal activity. She stated that every night the radio would turn on by itself with no explanation. The Exorcist. Released in 1973, The Exorcist is a classic horror movie in which Linda Blair plays Reagan, a young girl who battles with demonic possession. Much of the movie takes place in Reagan's room, and it's one of the most iconic locations in the movie. Not only is the location in the film that many people think of when they think about The Exorcist, it's also the area of the set that apparently had something incredibly strange happen to it. According to Ellen Burstyn, a fire broke out on the film set and destroyed the entire thing, except for Reagan's room, which was left untouched. The Innkeepers. Released in 2001, The Innkeepers is a movie about a pair of hotel employees that begin to wonder if the hotel they worked in is haunted. But the fictional New England hotel in the film isn't the only place that might have spirits calling it home. According to the crew members that worked on this film, the set was also haunted. Crew members working on The Innkeeper reported seeing lights turning themselves on and off, doors open and close by themselves, and would even receive mysterious phone calls, only to learn that no one was on the other end when they picked up. The Possession. The Possession is a movie with a set that was said to be so cursed, it didn't just terrify the crew members the way some other cursed sets do. According to the star Jeffrey Dean Morgan, the paranormal happenings on the set were enough to take him from skeptic to serious believer in the paranormal. The cast and crew would experience strange things like unexplained gusts of cold air on the set. But by far the most mysterious thing involved the debug box prop used in the movie. After filming wrapped, it was put away in a storage facility, but was later destroyed in a fire at the facility. The Ring 2. The Ring 2 was released in 2005 and is a sequel to The Ring, an eerie remake of a series Japanese film. This movie continues where the film first left off and follows Rachel and her son Aiden as they struggle to get the ghost of Samora Morgan to finally rest. In the first film, it's revealed that Samora died after her mother pushed her into a well on their property and she drowned. Drowning and water in general were the major themes in the films. So that's what makes the fact that the set flooded during filming seem pretty creepy. Thanks for watching, and be looking for more cursed movie sets coming soon.